Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I am Adam. Manchester United have been beaten 4-3 in Munich. It was a phenomenal game, 7 goals between the two teams. Obviously, the headlines will be that Andre Onana mistake, gifting Bayern Munich the lead early on in the first half, which then meant they won the game. They won the game by 1 goal. That goal was very, very decisive. A frustrating day for Manchester United, especially after we seemed to settle into the game quite well. And then we concede that frustrating goal just before the half-hour mark. We confound that mistake by conceding again through Serge Gnabry. And then Manchester United were just chasing the game from there. Though, I didn't expect us to have the fight back that we did in the second half. Rasmus Højlund scoring, Casemiro getting 2 goals, Manchester United bringing it to a goal. I didn't expect any of that, to be totally honest with you. And I thought it was good to see a little bit of a fight back. I'm not going to lie, coming into this game, I was hoping we could do something, because I know there's a lot of doom and gloom around the club at the moment and the Premier League form hasn't been great. But in the Champions League brings on different challenges. The Champions League brings on different opportunities. And it's a clean slate. Obviously, we're missing Amrabat, Maino. You know, we're missing Mason Mount in that midfield area as well. And I think those players would have been fantastic to have available, especially when you look at Christian Eriksen. Christian Eriksen in so many games for Manchester United this season. I love the guy. I don't mind him being on the bench. I don't mind him being someone that can provide an option for us, especially when we have large percentages of the ball. But in these big games, you looked at the Arsenal game, the mistake for Ødegaard's goal. You look today at his poor tracking back. There's been far too many moments where he has been poor in his defensive transitions. And therefore, you think, you know, Amrabat, Maino, Mount, surely they would have been better in those instances. So it has been frustrating to see that from Christian Eriksen. The first goal we conceded as well, Andre Onana has to be a lot better with that opportunity. He's let it go through his hands now. There's been a few things that people have pointed at Andre Onana and criticised him for. I don't think he's really made a huge mistake that he's been punished by. There was the one against Wolves which he didn't get punished by with a penalty. But I thought that was his first mistake today, and you've got to be better than that. Now, people are going to panic, they're going to go crazy, but I hope and I feel confident in the fact that Andre Onana has got the character and the attitude and the ability to carry himself through this moment. It was a difficult moment, but every time I see him speak and hear him speak, he speaks with confidence, he speaks with humility, he speaks like a Man United player. So I'm hoping that this is something that he can get over and he can get back to being his best. I don't think Onana has been a problem, but today, conceding that goal was an issue. At 0-0, you concede that goal. Kane touches back to Sane and it goes straight through you. It's not a kind of goal you want to concede, especially when you look at our team. The confidence is gone, heads have dropped. You know, the performances haven't been good in recent weeks. You can't be conceding a goal like that. Then we concede that Gnabry goal. Musiala's running to the byline. Diogo Dalot, who I actually think has been excellent for United. He was good against Forest. He was good against Arsenal. He was good. He was one of the few positives in that last game at home against Brighton. He's got to do better with Musiala there. You can't be letting him get that cross. And then Gnabry's in acres of space. How are we allowing that? The defence has got to be better. And I mean the defence in front of the defence. Like the defensive midfielders running into gaps. Where's Casemiro? Where's Christian Eriksen? It has to be a lot better. And they weren't doing that today. Second half, Rasmus Højlund scores early. You're thinking, oh, here we go. Potentially, could we fight back? Could we get something? Rasmus Højlund getting a goal that was very similar to his goal against Brighton, which was disallowed. A poacher's finish. Marcus Rashford giving the quick touch to him to tuck away. And then we concede a penalty. And that penalty for me wasn't a penalty. It's headed straight at Christian Eriksen. His arm is like in this position as the ball hits him, in front of him. It's in a natural position. It's not above his head. It's not outstretched. It's in front of him. Where else do you want his hand to be? There's probably about a metre between the header and him. And the ball hits his arm. For me, that's a very, very poor decision. And that shouldn't be happening. But again, it's a Christian Eriksen mistake, you could say. They get the penalty. Harry Kane isn't missing those penalties. And United are back at it. 2-goal deficit again. Really, really disappointing. But that wasn't a penalty. And you look at the Onana mistake. Look at the fact that that wasn't a penalty. United have a bit to be upset with there. Both individually and ourselves. And the refereeing decisions. Then we make some substitutions. Scott McTominay comes on for Christian Eriksen. Anthony Martial for Højlund. Garnacho for Pellistri. And we seem to have a little bit more energy. Now, it may be the case that Bayern Munich thought the game was done. They relaxed, they chilled, they thought, we're going to win this game nice and easy. But Manchester United got back into it. Some very good play from Anthony Martial, some good play from Garnacho, some good play from McTominay. There was nearly a point where Martial put McTominay into the box, but unfortunately McTominay lost his footing and fell just before he got there. But we brought those substitutions on. We had a renewed energy. Anthony Martial sets Casemiro up for his first goal. And then after they had got their fourth, which is a very good goal to be fair, Casemiro scored another one. So whilst it was... he scored another one from Bruno Fernandes' assist. So whilst it was disappointing, and I'm upset by the defeat, and it felt at times in that game where, oh my God, this is going to be a fucking hammering, there were also points in time where you go, if you don't concede that late Tau goal, if Andre Onana don't be a tit and let a goal go through his hands, if we don't concede a penalty that never was, things are different. Now look, I'm being very optimistic there, and ultimately we lost the game, and it always looked like we were going to lose the game. But there were some positives there. We did fight back. We've got Burnley at the weekend. The way Martial looked when he come on, Højlund getting a goal, there's positives. We hear Mason Mount's coming back, Amrabat's getting back closer to fitness, Kobbie Mainoo. Get those players in. We can get our midfield looking good, and things can still happen. I'm not giving up on this team, and I'm not giving up on Erik ten Hag either. I think he's the manager to take us forward. Yes, he's made his mistakes, but also, he's the only thing that's right at this club at the minute. He is the only thing right at this club at the minute, and we have to stick behind him. But I'm glad we didn't just, succumb to a 4-1 defeat, a 4-0 defeat or something like that. We managed to show some grit. We managed to show some determination. We managed to show some fight, and we have to do that going into the game against Burnley. Win that game, and hopefully we can put behind us a poor start to the season. But it has been a very, very, very poor start to the season, and man. Horrible. But look, 5 games to go in the Champions League. Galatasaray, Copenhagen drew today. We've got to play those two teams twice now before we play Bayern Munich again. There's no excuses if we don't get through this group, because we've got more than enough to beat Galatasaray and more than enough to beat Copenhagen. One thing I was worried about in that first half was, are these boys going to chuck fucking Ten Hag under the bus, and we're going to be looking at trying to replace a new manager again? We can't allow that to happen. We have to stand behind these guys, and I'm glad that we kind of showed some resilience and some fight towards the end of the game. Anyway, look, poor day for United in the Champions League. We get beat by Bayern Munich, but some positives, maybe? Am I clutching? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you're keeping it locked. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Until next time, I'm out of here.